When he founded the Ghana National College for those people, for those students who had been sacked from their different colleges because they had supported the Ugcc and had gone on strike when the Ugcc was being attacked by the colonial government. And again, for things like, for instance, he had hired Sekis, who is now with the NPP, Sekis as his secretary, secretary of the Ugcc. And again, they said without the authority of the members of the working committee of the Ugcc, things like that, and also when he founded his paper, the Evening News, that was also a source of disagreement between him and the others. And so they decided, that is to say the other members of the Ugcc, decided to sack him, to remove him from his general secretaryship position, and they set up a date, to do that. And so at one of the meetings that we went, they proposed that they would sack him on a Monday. This was early June 1949. On a Monday, I think. So we definitely told him, told him to resign from the Ugcc, and that we will, sort of support whatever move that he made after that. So of course he did resign, and that was in early June. And there we encouraged him to form a party, a political party. And of course we went to Takwa, right from there to Takwa, where we spent about 3 nights debating whether to form a party or whether just to forget about his being sacked and remained within the Ugcc. And of course, naturally, the majority of people said, well, and especially the leaders, Bedema and Botio and others, they insisted that we should form a new party. And this was at Takwa in 1949 in June. And of course, fearing that the Ugcc might cause sack Kwame Nkrumah and disgrace him, because they were going to do that on a Monday. So we immediately also said, okay, in that case, we're going to show him that we are thinking far faster than they are doing. So we decided to come to Accra on the Sunday, that is the day before their intention to sack Kwame Nkrumah by a conference, a press conference. And we came here at the Polo Ground and decided and said that we are forming a CPP, and that Kwame Nkrumah had left them anyway, so it didn't matter what they say or thought about him. So we then announced the formation of the Convention People's Party on the 12th of June 1949. So that's how the CPP was formed. There were so many names for the party suggested. Some said the most important one was that they should call it Kwame Nkrumah's party, and Kwame Nkrumah says no, he didn't think that it was appropriate. Then they said the Ghana People's Party, and other names propped up, you know. And Kwame Nkrumah said that, okay, someone has suggested Ghana People's Party. Then we should call it Convention People's Party to show where we have come from.
After the Second World War, the economic conditions in almost all the colonies, but especially the Gold Coast, were very, very harsh. There was shortage of basic consumer items, inflation was very high, and the people living in the urban areas, especially the workers on fixed wages, were feeling the pinch. The second thing that precipitated the struggle for independence was that the ex-servicemen, the people who had fought in the Second World War on behalf of Imperial Britain, had been given so many promises which were not fulfilled after the war. And then the third major event was that the swollen shoe disease, which normally affects cocoa, had just at that time developed in this country, and many cocoa trees were affected. Since there was no cure for this swollen shoe disease, the only solution the colonial government had was to cut the cocoa trees down. And so they dispatched gangs of laborers to all the cocoa farms to cut down the cocoa trees. For the farmer, this was a big disadvantage because the farmers knew very well that even after the trees had become infected with the disease, they could continue bearing some good cocoa for them. So the farmers of the cocoa growing areas were up in arms against the colonial government. They simply did not understand why their cocoa trees should be cut down. So these three forces together combined to give this the impetus to the struggle against colonialism.
The role that Ghana's CPP has played in Ghana's politics is quite the most important one is that they led the struggle for independence and won independence for this country. It was under the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah and the CPP that we got independence. So that is, to start with, the most important thing which the CPP had brought to this country. We won independence for this country. We had the motto, self-government now, as against the motto of the Ugcc, we said self-government in the shortest possible time. You know, so that is one thing that the CPP did, and that was what everybody wanted, to have independence, to be freed from colonial and imperial administration. And so even if CPP did not do anything else, at least this is the most important thing that any leader of any importance must be proud of, when he had led the struggle for independence, for self-rule for this country. Because, as Kwame Nkrumah said, that you just give us freedom and let us kill ourselves if you want. No, I mean, I'm paraphrasing what he said. You see, so that is what the CPP has done for this country, the liberation of this country, the winning of independence for this country. Then, of course, apart from that, the steps taken by Kwame Nkrumah and the CPP to develop this country, you know, from a mere sort of hewing the wood and carrying the water for the British people, you know, now everything was in the hands of the people themselves. And the things that Kwame Nkrumah did with the CPP in power, absolutely everybody knows that. You know, first and foremost was that when we got independence, he wasn't even satisfied with independence within the British Commonwealth, like like Canada or Australia or